LTC, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if you refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was here, we mentioned we're putting this one relative to this. That's why we mentioned we can expect one more drop, and this is what we get. And when the price was within this move, we mentioned we're looking for the price to drop and with the breakout of this low. And this is overall what we get. And again, we point that we want the price to drop to 182. As we can see, the price almost dropped to near to what we were expected. Now we want to see, can we look for the reversal? That's mean for long term. Can we look for buy? In this case, we start with daily chart. As we can see, based on daily chart, after we have this move, this is the correction we are within. We want to see how deep this correction can be before we look for the next move. And one more thing, may this one also drop and retest this low in case this one turn to a bigger flat, bigger correction. By the way, we want to see how we can look for trade within this correction. In this case, we move to lower time frame and we want to see what we have based on forward chart. All right. As you can see, based on forward chart, we have been looking for this. But after, when we have this move and this is the correction, which we put in relative to this. That's why when the price was within this move, we mentioned we want to get the one more drop before we look for the reversal. As we can see, this is what we get. And as we wanted the price drop to 182. Now we want to see whether this is the only correction and we can look for reversal, or this one can tend to more complex correction before we get the reversal. As I explained, based on daily chart, made this one tend to a deeper and even retest this low. Okay, we need to be aware of that. Okay, if we want to look for trade. All right. By the way, as what we wanted, the price drop, break this low. Now from if we get any reversal for we get any trade setup for buy, we can take it. Okay, but whatever we mentioned may turn to a deeper correction is like forward information. If we get the trade is not moving, then we should take out the trade. We should be aware made the correction can turn to a more complex correction. That means we shouldn't stay with the trade if it's not moving for buy. And if you want to put this, and if you put this one relative to this, you want to see what we have based on the indicators. All right, if I move to MACD, we don't have a divergence. And how about the another one? All right, each of them they're giving us a different information. By the way, we don't need to care about that. We want to see how deep this one can go, and from there, if we get any reversal, as I said, we can look for buy. In this case, we move to 1 hour chart. All right, as we can see, based on 1 hour chart, okay, do we have a divergence? Again, we have a different information. We don't need to rely on that. Still, there is a possibility this one drop a bit more. And if we get any small correction similar to what we have here also, if the traders, they want to look for sell, they can look for the short-term sell, but it depends on them. But what we are more interested in the buy if we get a reversal. Okay, that's why I mentioned the question is how deep this one can go. If we don't, without giving, if we don't get any trade setup for buy, we cannot jump into the trade. By the way, right now we don't have any trade setup for buy. For sell, as I mentioned, maybe this one can tend to a small flag for one more drop, a small correction. By the way, the best thing is we wait. If you want to look for the sell, we wait to get more complex correction. And if you want to look for buy, because we are more interested in the buy, we need to get a reversal, at least a sharp move with the flag. If we get any trade with the breakout of this top, we start to manage. We want to see whether there is a continuation or not. Anyway, in this case, we just follow the chart. We want to see what we will get from here. Can we get any reversal? In this case, if I see any update, I will share. Thanks.